Hi everyone, I'm अर्पित कौशिक फ्रॉम वात्सल्य डिफेंस। और आज हम एक टॉपर टॉक में, एक टॉपर पॉडकास्ट में एक ऐसे स्टूडेंट को लेकर आए हैं जिन्होंने अपने दम पर इस यूपीएससी सीपीएफ एग्जाम को क्रैक किया है और एक बहुत ही अच्छी रैंक यहाँ पर लेकर आए हैं। सो आई वेलकम मिस्टर उमाशंकर, जो कि अपनी फैमिली से ही इज गोइंग टू बी फर्स्ट जनरेशन डिफेंस ऑफिसर। इनके हमेशा से सपना था डिफेंस में ऑफिसर बनने का। फर्स्ट टाइम जब हम लोग मिले, इन्होंने हमें अप्रोच किया प्रिपरेशन के लिए। तो ही टोल्ड मी अबाउट हिज जर्नी। ही टोल्ड मी दैट दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट हिज लास्ट अटेम्प्ट, एंड बहुत इन्होंने ट्राई किया डिफेंस में जाने के लिए, अपने बेस्ट ऑफ एफर्ट्स दिए। एंड बहुत सारी बातें हैं फिर उमा शंकर के बारे में जानने के लिए, बट आई से दैट ही इज अ वेरी क्वालिफाइड पर्सन। एक बहुत ही अच्छे इंजीनियर हैं, एक बहुत ही रेप्यूटेड कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं। और जब वो यहाँ पर आए तो उनके जो स्किल्स थे वो काफी ज्यादा अपनी जॉब के अकॉर्डिंग ओरिएंटेड थे, जिन पे हमने उनके साथ वर्क किया। एंड फाइनली ही वाज एबल टू मेक हिज सिलेक्शन, एंड थैंक्स टू हिज हार्ड वर्क, थैंक्स टू द ब्लेसिंग ऑफ हिज पेरेंट्स, हिज टीचर्स, कि वो इस मुकाम को आज हासिल कर पाए हैं। और अपने कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ से अब वो एक सीएपीएफ असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट ऑफिसर की लाइफ में शिफ्ट होने के लिए जा रहे हैं। तो ऑन दैट नोट आई वेलकम यू उमा शंकर।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to thank you personally for getting me into this. Uh, thank you. That was a wonderful introduction you gave me, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So apart from whatever I have told to the viewers, मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ आपकी जर्नी के बारे में, कि आपकी जर्नी कैसी रही स्टार्टिंग से लेकर, आपकी अपब्रिंगिंग कहाँ पर, यू बिलोंग टू द सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री। और सबसे एक और मैं अच्छी बात यहाँ पे उमाशंकर के बारे में बताना चाहता हूँ, दैट ही इज अ मल्टीलिंगुअल गाय। ही कैन स्पीक ऑलमोस्ट 4 लैंग्वेजेस विद फ्लुएंसी, विच इज अ वेरी बिग थिंग। तो आपकी थोड़ा सा एक मुझे बैकग्राउंड के बारे में बताओ उमाशंकर।
Yes, sir. Sir, I am from Chennai, sir, Tamil Nadu, from the southernmost state of the country. I've done my bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering, and I was working in a very renowned IT company. My hobbies include boxing, gardening, and I also travel a lot, sir. So this traveling is what taught me a few languages, and I am learning. I am on my path, of learning. I am learning a lot of things right now. That is how it started, sir.
तो डिफेंस में जाने का मोटिवेशन आपको कहाँ से मिला?
Yes, sir. So when I was in my 10th to 11th grade, now I looked up to the police officers in my city, and I always wanted to become a police officer. But what happened was in 2018, since I was traveling, I used to take tours every 6 months. So I went to Kashmir. Kashmir, the place, the Jammu and Kashmir is like entirely different from the other parts of the country. So what happened was I didn't know that my mobile phones won't work there. I mean, my SIM cards won't work there, and people mostly spoke Kashmiri. It was very new to me. And there was this Jawan from CRPF. He helped us to get a SIM card over there. And everywhere we go from Jammu, I got on Jammu station to Srinagar, Gulmarg, and all the ways. Throughout the way, like, the place was filled with CRPF personnel. So they helped me get a room, they helped me get a boat, they helped me get a car. Everything was because of the CRPF person's help. And the tour was complete, and I enjoyed it with two of my friends. We finished the tour. We came back to our country. I mean, came back to our state. 2 months later, in 2019, this Feb 14 Pulwama attack happened, sir. That shook me from inside because 40 of our CRPF Jawans sacrificed their life for our safety. So that brought a question in me. These Jawans have sacrificed their life for me and my family's safety and security. What have I done in my personal capacity to do the same for the other people? This question made me follow the path of the defense forces. After that, I discussed with my family, and I started giving up exams, except for you, not only for the police exams. I started appearing for other defense forces exams, CAPF, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, and Air Force. And after 4 years of regular attempts, I got into CAPF.
That's it. So basically, you come from a family where no one is strong with defense or the uniform forces, and this was your dream, your inspiration, your hard work. that led you to this prestigious and glorious job, and that's a commendable efforts and commendable result from your side. So Umashankar, tell me about your after college life. So where exactly were you working? Were you happy in your present job? And how did you find your time to prepare for such a difficult exam?
So during my final years of my college itself, I decided to join the forces. Joining the forces was my only option. So I even gave in writing that I do not want to take part in any of the placement that is in my college. And I was my score in college, my academic score was pretty decent. I passed out with 81.3% CGPA, and my faculties and my college authorities were shocked because they are losing a person who doesn't want to get into the placement. But I was sure that I want to get into the forces, so I started preparing for exams. By 2020, it was coach exams. I had to prepare from home. I did not get any guidance, and what happened was for the next 8 months, I was preparing for exams, and I did not get any results. So I thought this will definitely affect my financial stability if I keep preparing. So I thought I'll take up some job, and fortunately, I got placed in a IT company, and job facilities. I mean, the job vacancies were very few, sir, during COVID. So I applied for two companies. I got this company. It was my first exam for an IT company. I got into it, and at starting, due to COVID, the job was pretty easy, sir. I was in the training for like 4 5 months, and in 2022 uh, September, I think, sir, I was asked to come to the office. Then everything changed. I had to leave Chennai and I had to go to Kochi for my work, to Kerala, the neighboring state. And life in Kochi was really nice. I had a lot of good friends. I did enjoy my job, and at that time I cleared UPSC Civil Services prelims also. And that was a time where my job was at its peak. I had to work a lot. I did prepare. I did utilize the time wisely, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. And I did appear for many defense force exams too. Every now and then, I used to go to final selection boards, and 4 years of regular attempts. And this is the fourth year, and I got into it.
So how did you manage your time? जॉब थी, एक आईटी की जॉब, वो भी आसान नहीं होती है. It's a full time job, and especially after COVID, just you just mentioned that you were like you have to shift to the office model rather than work from home. तो कैसे आप अपने अपने टाइम को मैनेज किया अपने रिटर्न एग्जाम को प्रिपेयर करने के लिए, और क्या स्ट्रैटेजीज आपने अडॉप्ट करी?
As thanks to my team, cause they were not they were not pressuring me a lot, sir. Because in Kochi, I was in a wonderful project. They just wanted me to complete the work within a week. So what I used to do is after work, after the working hours, I used to come and prepare. And before the submission day, I used to gather up all the work together and I used to finish it, sir. So there was no time constraint within a particular day. That did help me a lot. That thanks to my team, they were not forcing me to do anything very forcefully. And with respect to the subjects that I prepared, was I had an order, sir, with which I have to complete first. So I started with polity, then I went to modern history, then I finished current affairs, then environment and ecology. Then I did economics. This was the order that I followed. This was the main five subjects that I followed. After finishing this, I used to go to geography. I used to go to ancient and medieval history. These are the five subjects I prepared for the first paper. And along with that, with respect to science, NCERT books were okay. 11th and 12th grade books are much more, I mean, much sufficient. And this was for physics, chemistry. Biology, it was all based on the knowledge that I had, sir. I didn't prepare extensively separately for biology. This was what I did. For paper two, for essays, um, I had this way of writing the essays, sir. It was like, what is the topic, why, where, and how, and with the conclusion, which looks up uh, to the topic in the future. For example, if the essay is about environment, I would write the conclusion so that it goes like, in the future, environment should be protected. In that way, the conclusion would be. This is how I prepared for essays. And paper two is much simpler when compared to paper one. Uh, so the other things are essay writing, debate, for and against, and things like that for the English. I say so. So I did prepare for them after the exam.
And how much time did it take for you to complete your written exam preparation? एक जॉब के साथ, क्योंकि आपका जो केस है दैट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स, मोस्टली बच्चे फुल टाइम प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, आपने जॉब के साथ प्रिपेयर किया, तो रिटर्न एग्जाम के लिए आपको हाउ मच टाइम वाज रिक्वायर्ड टू कंप्लीट योर रिटर्न पोर्शन?
For written exam, what I did was, I used to my work, as I told you, thanks to my team, my work wasn't so filled with pressure, sir. So what I used to do is after work, I used to practice every day. Not every day, but on a regular basis. Like weekends are, I'm always free, sir. Saturday, Sundays are holidays for me. So I used to prepare on the weekends. Then I used to write whenever I get time, and since I've written two UPSC mains, after the first UPSC mains, I was okay with all the writings. I got to know the art of writing very fast and how to write things. This gave me a edge with respect to paper two in CAPF, sir. And also with respect to CAPF paper, the things that I did new for paper two was pressy writing, then article writing. Then for the debates, to for and against, these things were new. And to structure these things, I did practice. I did take a few topics from the internet. I did look up to few solutions for it, and that is how it helped me with respect to paper two, sir.
So coming to your interview preparation part, तो आई वांट टू नो कि आपने सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रगल अपनी पर्सनालिटी में किस चीज के लिए किया आफ्टर पेपर टू? तो लाइक व्हाट वर द थिंग्स दैट यू वर pondering upon in your personality that could hamper your selection process, and how did you work upon them?
So with respect to the interview, thanks to you, first of all. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. So with respect to interview, I knew one thing for sure is, I when I get stressed out, the way in which I talk, like there are a lot of I start stammering, sir. Sometimes if I know the even if I know the answer, if I'm stressed out, I start stammering. The communication was a huge problem in it. I used to prepare for most many questions, interview questions, the questions that sir you gave me. Uh, I did know most of the answers, but the thing is, once when I'm stressed, the way in which I talk is like I break the sentences, sir, and I beat around the bush. Same thing, I say it in different forms. That is what was the biggest obstacle that I had with respect to the interview. And the only thing that made me overcome was the mock interview that I had with you, sir. We had two mock interviews, and you gave me a lot of inputs. I started working on it. I started talking to myself, and that did help me a lot in the interview. I did my best in the interview, sir. And also when I entered in the interview, the first thing that they told me, they didn't even ask me to sit. They told me, "Oh, this guy looks like an officer." And that I don't know whether it decrease my stress or increase my stress. It was like, now will they expect more from me or will they expect less from me? That kind of uh, thoughts were running in my mind. And the panel was very good. Panel was They were very fun to be with, sir. They weren't strict and all. There were four panel members. The last member was asking me a lot of questions with respect to GK. I did know a lot of things, but in stress, I was like, mm, instead of getting into the point correctly, I went around it and I went to the point. But he asked me one more time, like, what is the real reason? Things like that. And then I understood, okay. Then I told him the real reasons, and that's how it went. Thanks to you, so thanks for the mock interviews. We had.
It's all your hard work. All we can do is just to show you the right way and share our own experiences. So I would like to know more about your interview experience, your transcript of the official UPSC interview. But before that, tell me कि किस टाइप की strategies आपने फिर incorporate करी जो mock interviews में आपको reviews मिले, आपने कैसे उन पे work किया? कि और आपके अकॉर्डिंग एक रिटर्न राइटिंग में सारे नोट्स बनाते हैं, क्योंकि जनरली मैं जो बच्चों को रिकमेंड करता हूँ, मेरा तो पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन रहता है रिटर्न नोट्स बनाइए. But then what's your take? Because it's a customized strategy. I've mentioned in my videos कि आपको you have to find your own ways to prepare for the interview, and for every person things work differently. तो आपकी क्या strategy थी?
Sir, with respect to interview, I had no idea, sir. You are the only person who showed me the path because I had no idea how interview would be. I've never been to a UPSC interview before. You gave me a lot of questions. Just like you said, I started preparing for the exam. I started writing down all the answers and uh, I wrote it down in a book. All the questions I started writing down in a book and I started going through it. But the problem is communication, sir. I had to present that to the panel members. That was a huge problem for me, and I did work on it. I did speak to myself. Mm, I did practice a lot. So I wrote all the answers down in a notebook. I had like two, three notebooks with respect to all the answers, and I did prepare for it. Uh, but the experience in the UPSC panel is much different, sir. What happens there is I studied, I mean, I went through all the current affairs, I went through all the static notes, everything, but the questions that UPSC members ask is different, sir. What they do is they try to test your practical knowledge. Uh, the first question they asked me, okay, you travel, where have you been in your country? So I told all the states I've been. Then they asked me, which is a recent place you went. I went to Kazakhstan, sir. So the thing with UPSC panel members is they know everything, sir. I think just because they are um, going through a lot of interviews, they have knowledge about everything. Whatever you say, they know about it. So the Kazakhstan, the first question they asked me is, okay, the name of Astana, the capital of what is the capital of Kazakhstan? I told Astana. If I'm right, it's Astana. Yes, sir.
Yes, Nur
He's like
Sultan.
the name has been changed. Do you know it? I told sir when I went, it was Astana only. Even in there was a board called Air I mean, where I love Astana. I even took a photo. I didn't say that I took a photo. I was like, it was Astana, sir. He's like, no, it changed. Got changed 6 years ago. Like 6 years ago. Now I'm not aware of it. So, didn't you book the ticket? I said, I booked the ticket, sir. He's like, airlines made me Air Astana, but the place is called Noor Sultan. Do you know that? Then it struck me, yes, it was Noor Sultan because I booked the ticket to Noor Sultan. Then when I was like, okay, sir, I wasn't able to recollect it. The second person, the second panel member, like, don't say that, man. Tell him that, sir, it is Astana only. But people, it is Noor Jahan only, but people still call it Astana. You have to say it like that, man. So they were like, very fun to be with, sir. They made fun, they made jokes and all. It was really cool. They maintained a very happy environment, and it was the same for all the candidates who came there, sir, for all the panels too. It was the same. Everyone said it was a nice place to be. And the second question was from the second panel member with respect to my hobby. My hobbies are boxing. So he's like, what has Tamil Nadu done with respect to improving the sport? So I did tell them a few, but they were like, very recently Tamil Nadu has hired a coach from abroad. You didn't say that. Keep a note of it. I was like, I've been going through this current affairs and I didn't know a guest coach has come, but I would I didn't know that the panel members would know this. They were like in Tamil Nadu, they hired a new coach. Okay. Then they were like in Kazakhstan, the second panel member again asked one more question. He was like, in Kazakhstan, what can India do to improve the connections? I was like, sir, tourism is a great thing. He's like, except for tourism, with respect to the materials that we do. I said, Kazakhstan is a place where India imports rare earth metals. So that could be the we could. He asked me particularly, could we place any plants over there? I said we could place a plant for this rare earth metals, sir, if they are lower. He's like, no, India has already placed a company over there, and he gave me the description of the company. I was like, okay. Then it went to the third panel member. Um, okay, so am I not missing any questions? No, I'm not missing any questions. Okay. Went to the third panel member. It was about smart fencing. It was about smart fencing and smart fencing. What is smart fencing? He asked me. I told him what smart fencing is. He asked me, how can we include technology in it? Uh, I said sensors, then these things, um, uh, the cameras and the drones, all those things I added, so, satellite images, all those things. But um, he was like, see, these paramilitary people work in the minus degrees and it is very cloudy and snowy. Even satellite images won't be visible. What will you do if it is raining? Even if you send a satellite image to a paramilitary jawan, he won't be able to understand what it is. How will you work on it with respect to smart fencing? I told we can use sensors, or we can maximum we could do is give ID cards to the people to maintain the movement in the area. He was like, the illegal immigrant from the next country will show the ID card, will get into New Delhi. How will you know whether he's coming back or not? After he mixes up with 120 crore people, you won't be able to find him. I said, sir, I gave him a lot more ideas, and he was like, okay, okay, fine. Then he asked me, who are illegal immigrants? Where is it coming from? I told him, I gave him the info, and he asked me, where are the illegal immigrants coming from? From Kashmir or from Bangladesh more? I told from Bangladesh they are coming, sir. So he's like, not from Kashmir. No, sir. Kashmir is a place for illegal militants coming. With respect to immigrants, it is Bangladesh. I told him that, and he's like, okay. What has? And then he talked about Operation Sindoor. What is happening? He asked me, and I told him, and he was like, what is this person? I mean, there were a lot of talks that were going on. People are giving press meets and all, and he asked me our about what did our honorable prime minister say with respect to this Pakistan's nuclear bluffing, and I told him Pakistan is threatening India about this nuclear attack and all, but India has more warheads, all those things I told him. Uh, then it went to the next panel member. Next panel member was full about current affairs and general knowledge, sir. He asked me a lot of questions. Illegal immigrants, what is happening in Bangladesh, what is happening in the neighboring countries, how can we improve the ties, everything that I told him, and I answered all the questions. That is where I was going around the story and coming to the topic, and he was like straightforward. Like, tell me what this is. The fourth panel member had a straight face, sir. He was not like laughing, and he was not mingling with other people. He was like straight face, stone face. It was like very hard. He's like looking at you. Then again went to the first panel member. He asked me, okay, first preference CRPF. Why is it CRPF? I told him, sir, I have two reasons. First one, I told about the versatility of the job. Second thing was this my personal things of that Pulwama attack. Because of CRPF, that is the reason which brought me to the getting into the armed forces service. So I told him that. He told me, give it to me in two sentences, not more than that. So I made it short. I joined two, three sentences using connotations and all. So I made it, and he was like, okay, got it. Thank you, Umashankar. Then I uh, got up and I left. I said, I thanked everyone and I left. So,
That's great. So overall, your experience of the UPS interview was great. एंड आपकी जो हॉबी थी सिमिलरली हॉबी मैं भी मेंशन की थी अपने टाइम पे तो आई मेंशन लो बजट ट्रैवलिंग intentionally I use the
yeah.
word low budget because they could have asked as a student how do you manage your finances because tourism in itself it requires money but since you were earning you were in a job so you could have written simply traveling and see, similar questions were asked to me as well बट अगेन आई जस्ट टेल मी कि हाउ वाज योर फीलिंग मैं हर बच्चे से पूछता हूँ कि हर यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट का एक सपना होता है यूपीएससी बिल्डिंग में जाना वहां पे इंटरव्यू देना उस पैनल को फेस करना उस बिल्डिंग में एंटर करना तो how was it like the moment you stepped out of UPSC building you just stepped in front of UPSC building फिर वहां पे जो सीआरपीएफ पर्सन है आपकी एंट्री कराते हैं एंड देन यू आर वेटिंग एंड हैविंग दोस फोटो सेशंस विद दैट यूपीएससी साइन बोर्ड so how was your feeling at that point of time?
So going to having the thought of attending a UPSC interview itself is like filled with joy, sir. It's like you come to this place, you struggle hard. Looking back at all these things, the struggles that it it feels like nothing when you stand in front of the UPSC board, sir. outside the building, there's a Union Public Service Commission. Then if you go stand in front of it, that is like taking photos in front of it is a huge happiness. And one good thing about me is I'm very self-motivated, and whenever I get excited, I get happy. I wouldn't say I get excited, I would get happy when I see something. And I was very happy getting into the hall. All my other candidates were like fellow candidates. I could see nervousness on their face, but I was very happy. I was like smiling. I got here. This is itself a big achievement. And I went inside. There was a lot of checking. I was accompanied by three of my friends whom I met in Delhi, sir. Uh, so I went there. They were very helpful. They came with me. They were like, Umashankar, do your best, and they were like cheering me up, and I was already happy. Went into the hall checking. I was supposed to submit my phones. I went into the hall. It was a building with traditional architecture, sir. It had dooms inside, and when you get into it, the lights were dim. It feels like you get into a very honorable hall or something with a lot of respect and dignity. People are there. There are round tables. We sit there, and some certificate verification happens, and we were supposed to submit attestation forms and all. And during that time, I met a few friends from neighboring states and also from other parts of the country, and they were also very helpful. They were also very cheerful, but they were all very nervous. I was like, this is nice, this is good. I'm being here, I'm very happy. But all were nervous. So what happened was I was very happy getting into the hall. Then my number was called. I was supposed to sit outside the panel because the previous member was inside attending interview. When he came out, I asked him, how was it? That person was sitting with me next to me in the bench, and he was like, it was good. He had this reaction that brought me down, sir. I was like, this guy says it was good, but his face doesn't show it. He's like, it was good. Okay, this guy is sad, man. I don't know what is going to happen. I was very cool until then. After that guy said that, oh, it started shivering. And the person was sitting next to me. He saw me moving. Legs were moving very fast. I used to shake my legs, and that person, he was like, "Don't worry, bacha. Like, everything will get over. It is very easy. People inside are very happy. Like, nothing. You don't have to worry." Then I think the bell rang. I opened the door and I went inside. First asked permission. Said, "May I come inside?" I said, "Okay, come on, come on." I went and stood there. The first thing that they told me was, "You look like an officer." And I don't know whether to. That time I was like very confused, sir, whether to feel happy or whether to feel sad because they might expect more from me. The building atmosphere was really good, sir. And after finishing the interview, I had mixed feelings, sir, because when they ask you something and you're not able to say it, then you might know that you didn't do the interview well. In my case, like if they ask me three reasons, I definitely knew that I gave two reasons, and the third reason I don't know whether it was a good reason or a good answer to give. So, with respect to all the questions, except for the GK, for the fourth panel member, all the questions I had like mixed feelings. Whether did I give a good answer, or did I not give a good answer? Had mixed feelings. So after coming out of the hall, I was like, did I perform well? So what I have, obviously, like other candidates, I started asking everybody, how was it? How was it? So other people were like, I don't know whether my interview was good, but I did enjoy a lot. This is what everyone said. And I was like, okay, everyone is like me only. I don't have to worry now. Oh,
It's
that gave me a
important.
sense of
It's important to enjoy the journey. That's the most important thing. And this is the biggest learning from this podcast and from your experience with me. Even I'm learning this thing from you. तो लाइफ में आप कुछ भी करो मोमेंट को एंजॉय करते चलो एंड लाइक योर फेस योर स्माइल क्लियरली रिफ्लेक्ट्स योर पर्सनालिटी ओके उमा शंकर
thing.
दिस इज द वेरी लास्ट क्वेश्चन बट दिस इज वेरी स्पेशल क्वेश्चन तो
Yes, sir.
व्हेन योर रिजल्ट केम what was your rank? What was your feelings? What was the feelings of your family? To whom did you tell first of all कि you got selected? How did they react? और आप जो अपनी सक्सेस है इसको आप किसको डेडिकेट करना चाहोगे अपार्ट फ्रॉम योर हार्ड वर्क किसका इसमें आप कंट्रीब्यूशन देखते हो
So the result, like we got information that result will be announced on Fridays, and since the morning I was very nervous. Then it was after 6:30, and I was like, it's been 6:30, result won't come. Suddenly, result came out, and I was like, I called my mom. Only my mom was at the house. I was like, result has come. What should we do? She was like, she was praying to all the gods, and we both were looking at the PDF. First 50 numbers, my name was not there. Second 50, name was not there. Until 200, name was not there. 250, name was not there. 300, name was not there. 350, name wasn't there. I was like, I lost hope, sir. Then I scrolled down 399, my name was there, sir. I got at 399. My mom was like happy. I was shouting, and my eyes were filled with joy, tears of joy. We went to the puja room, we thanked the gods, and next we called our father. My father was very busy in his work, so he told he'll call later. He was not free enough to listen to the results. He was like, I'll call later, I'm very busy. So then he was like, mom was like, okay, we'll tell him later. Apart from my parents, the first person to tell was you, sir. I texted you the next day morning. Then I told you. After that, I told few of my friends who were in this travel with me, and I dedicate this success to not only my parents, it's for my mentors, it is for you and all the other people, my friends, and the people who are along with me in this journey, sir.
That's great, and that's really nice of you, Umashankar. I wish that you remain humble and modest like this throughout your life. Soon you'll
Sure,
be
sir, sure.
starting a new journey. So Uma Shankar की जो first preference थी, that was much different from others. Mostly people they put CISF and SSB as their first preference, but Uma Shankar took a difficult step. He chose CRPF as his first preference, and CRPF में Cobra Commando बनना Uma Shankar का starting से सपना था. And now I really wish that you live that moment, and I really feel blessed that I have this minute contribution in your success. But at the end of the day, it's your hard work, it's your talent, the blessings of your parents, your teachers, your God, and everything, all the good that you have done in your life that has paid really well. And 399 आप रैंक लेकर आए, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आपको सीआरपीएफ मिलेगी उमाशंकर. हार्टिएस्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन हमारी साइड से. एंड आई होप आपकी जर्नी बहुत से यंगस्टर्स के लिए जो कि सपने को चेस कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग डायरेक्टली ग्रेजुएशन के बाद प्रिपेयर करते हैं, कुछ लोग अपने एग्जिस्टिंग जॉब में से निकलना चाहते हैं, कुछ लोगों के पास ऑलरेडी गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स होती है बट स्टिल दे वांट टू प्रिपेयर फॉर दिस ग्रुप ए गेजेटेड ऑफिसर पोस्ट for which you have just cleared the exam, and I'm really happy to connect with you. And at the last, just 2 minutes for you if you want to say anything. It's your time.
So, people who are watching this, don't lose hope. Your time will come. There is this saying, it's a famous actor from Tamil Nadu has said, you cannot get into your favorite train and go to any station. If you want to go to your desired station, you have to wait for your train in the platform. So wait for it. Your time will come. Keep working hard. Don't lose hope. Nothing else, sir.
Perfect. So thank you so much. Would be Assistant
Thank
Commandant उमाशंकर. आपने अभी एक टूर पे हैं, एज यू टोल्ड योर हॉबीज ट्रैवलिंग, और आपने ट्रैवल टाइम में से पॉडकास्ट के लिए टाइम निकाला बच्चों को गाइड करने के लिए, मेंटर करने के लिए. On that note, thank you so much for your presence and all the best for your future. My choices blessings with you. Bye bye.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you to you personally, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.